welcome to Cloud Your Mind. I'm Lucia.
And I'm Amy. I'm the mama in this duo.
I'm the daughter.
Today, we are going to talk about being a girl and how rough it is out here.
Ugh, it's despicable. Existing is so hard,
right?
We
Because
literally
there's
just tried to go to Walmart this morning, which, if you can't tell, we don't frequent Walmart at all.
And this is like 10 o'clock at Walmart. Fully light of
Just
day.
like fully 10A. 10A.
Yes. Yeah.
Can't emphasize enough.
Like, the smaller, like, nicer Walmart, too, in town.
On the rich side of town.
Yes. We got to get the full story here. Right?
Right.
So we're just like walking in. We're going to get some batteries for the pot.
Because you know tech.
Yeah. The IT side of
Right. We're just like having struggles with that particular aspect. But anyway, we walk into Walmart and I lock eyes with this motherfucker immediately. And I just know the vibe is off. I just knew. And I kid you not, this man did not leave our side the whole time we were in Walmart. Every time I turned around, there he was. Well, wasn't even trying to be subtle about it.
Yeah, I'm a little oblivious to male attention, so I did not...
oblivious. This woman could have the entire room staring at her like this, which most of the time she does, and she will not realize at all. She'll be like, no one asks me out, no one likes me, maybe I'm just not appealing. The fuck?
But I didn't notice him until checkout, and then I was like, what's that guy up to?
He like fully cycle synced with us
shady.
the whole trip. Like he matched up his checkout time with us. I feel like that takes effort.
Yeah. It definitely effort.
Takes
So he was
effort.
like walking out and just like slightly behind us, right? Like trying to like make
Ever
it
so slight.
yeah.
Ever so slight. So I'm obviously shitting bricks. I'm so concerned. I'm like, what is this man doing?
Yeah, by the time we got to the car, we both like locked the
both
door.
locked
We
the door.
knew
We knew
that this
we
was
had locked
maybe
in.
Yeah.
And before we even said words to each other, both in sync, lock the door. And it's so funny because like we were just trying to get some batteries. And I fully was about to be like, okay, Mom, we have to make X amount of turns to make sure he's not following us. Thank God he pulled out before us. Because I was like, no, he's going to find our house.
Yeah.
Does he have a gun? Like, these are
There were
just
some fears.
concerns of mine.
Yeah. And the thing is that, like, we have to deal with this all the time at work, too. It's not just Walmart.
Yeah.
Right?
You could say that again. You could say that again.
Yeah, Lucia has a story.
Oh my gosh. Like,
this one's for the books.
this one's for the books. I worked at this cafe and there was this like group of guys that came in every shift of mine and they were always like so happy to see me. It was like a big table too. It's like 10 of them. I was very
and this
outnumbered.
is like 75 to 85-year-old age demographic. Just to like
decrepit
add that to the story,
men.
right?
And I'm at this time 18. It's my freshman year of college.
Yeah.
So just to put it in perspective, we're dealing with like a 70-year age difference, give or take. Give or take 10 years. So they're like always excited to see me. They always want me to serve them food, whatever. They're like very, very on my tip. And I come in one shift and this shift, I'm not doing serving, I'm baristaing, so I don't have to pay them any mind, and I am overjoyed. I'm like, oh, I won't have to talk to those idiots. This is going to be great. And I'm like doing my barista thing, and when I'm a barista, I'm locked in. Like this one over here, when she's doing barista, she'll still like talk to people and be nice. No, I am the bitchy barista. Like I am the barista that people post about on Instagram. Like, I don't want to talk to you. I'm about to throw your drink at you.
She does.
I will toss it across the counter, and I know when it's going to fall off the counter. So you don't need to be alarmed, but you will be because that's the force that I put it towards you at. You know, like I am serious.
People like it though.
They love
right?
it. People
There's something
love
to like a mean barista,
aesthetic, and I am
That's
here to
why it's a
deliver that. And so, you know, I'm locked in. I'm doing my thing. It's a Saturday also, so it's busy. I'm like doing probably 20 lattes, and they all for some reason have a different milk. I do not have time for that table. They're over there yelling, Lucia, come over here. Bitch, what? No. And so then this man hobbles all over towards me, and he's 4'10", and like a crispy 80. You know what I mean? Like he looks worn. He is like those boots that the sole is falling off of. Like he is not in his best. And he hobbles over, and I'm already annoyed. I can't emphasize enough. I'm already in mean barista mode, so I'm not willing to talk to you in the first place. And then it's these old men, so I'm very annoyed. He comes over and he's like, Lucia, I just want to let you know, like, you make life worth living. Your smile is so magical. Like, you are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. And I just love having you in my life. Like,
I think he was like, you're exotic.
You. Yeah.
Right.
So. Like, I'm so sorry, I'm Dutch. Like, I don't think I'm that exotic, but whatever. I'm Dutch, British, and French. Like, get out. But anyway, he's like, you're the best part of every day. And I'm like, oh, wait, that's actually kind of sweet. Like, thank you so much. Like, that's actually cute. Good going, man. Thank you. He's like, well, yeah, I really want to buy you something for being, like, the best part of my day. And I was like, you really don't need to do that. In my head, I'm like, give me money. I put up with you. Give me all your money. Thank you. And also, this is the era where, like, everything on TikTok was, like, sugar daddies are the moment. So I was like, okay, give me sugar. Like, that's fine by me. And he goes, yeah, I really am thinking I need to buy you lingerie. What?
Like, when did that work? Like 1976?
No, that would have never worked.
When did that work? You
that
know what I
would
mean?
have never worked. That is something
Because he
that
didn't
is
just,
so
this is not like a
weird.
new thing that he just like popped off. You
He
know what I'm
has
saying?
not been using that line.
I'm sure.
Oh my God. No.
Yeah.
No.
This
at
is
no
something.
point would that be acceptable.
No.
Anyway, he goes, you're a 34B, right? Clearly. What? How do you know my size? How do you know my size? So creepy. I'm like, yes. Like, I'm so stunned to speak. And again, I'm 18, so I'm like, yeah. And then he goes, and a medium underwear? Yeah.
No.
What is going on? Has he been sneaking a peek at my tags? Like, I am so confused. I'm so confused. And he basically is just like, okay, yeah, well, next time I see you, I'll have it. And walks away. I'm still jaw on the floor. Could not be picked up for the life of me. Like, what do you even say to that? What do you even say to that? So obviously I quit my job. I said, you will not be seeing me again. Thank you.
The crazy thing about this man is that, like, for me, we worked together at the same place. He, like, brought me his card and was like, if there's anything you or your family ever needs, I'm here for you, Amy. And then he brought me roses. So, like, how is it that he brings the 40-year-old roses, but he's going to buy the 18-year-old lingerie? Like, what the actual...
What about you gives roses and me gives lingerie? Like, that is crazy.
That is crazy.
And also, sir, hate to break it to you, we're mother-daughter.
No,
Like,
yeah.
what?
Right. I don't think he knew that at that point,
Sure.
but still, it's like...
Oh, my God.
Not acceptable behavior. What would make you think that this would be, like, acceptable behavior at work?
I need
Right?
a vest that says, like, girl working here.
Yeah.
Like, I really do feel
Please
like a
do
service
not
dog.
flirt with me, ask me out, or offer to buy me inappropriate. Like, it would have to be, like, listed in a very
you really have to
straightforward
spell it out for
sort
men.
of
You
way.
really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, girl working here, do not assault verbally or physically, thanks.
Right?
You'd think that'd be common knowledge.
Common knowledge, yeah.
I need a vest.
No, yeah, I got asked out on a very regular basis by the same demographic of men. And I will say that, like, when you're 20, right? And like a 40-year-old is like sort of flirty, maybe asks you out. It's like kind of funny.
Well, it's very easy to just like laugh it off and be like, what are you talking about? You have kids.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
Like, even this is like my dad's friend was flirting with me at my second place of employment. He comes in and my dad's not there, and he sits down at the bar, orders a beer. Also, I can't pour beer, so I have to go over and ask my friend, oh, can you pour him electric right now? So he knows I'm not 21. I would just like to put that out there.
Yeah.
Like, context clues, he knows I'm not 21. And mind you, he's 45, pushing maybe 55. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's hard.
He was wearing a hat, so I couldn't quite tell. But he sits at the bar and he's like trying to talk to me, trying to get my ear, telling me like, oh, like, you're so beautiful. Like, what are you studying? He knows I'm in college too. Like, has no problem with that, right? Then my dad comes in and I go over and I take his order and whatever. And then he's like, oh my God, hey, Eric. I was like, there is no way. This is too good. This is too good. But I'm not going to spoil the fun for me because this is entertaining. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, this is my dad. I'm going to wait for him to sort those clues out, you know, because it's too good. And so then the three of us are all talking. They're both sat at the bar. We're talking for maybe 30 minutes. Mind you, the flirting does not stop from this dude. And 30 minutes in, my dad is like, oh, yeah, well, and she's my daughter.
Mic drop.
You should have seen the look on this man's face. There has never been a funnier moment in my life. And I don't even think my dad clocked that he was flirting with me the whole time because, you know, men are just kind of oblivious. They don't actually really know what's going on.
I feel like that behavior... Like, all men can be
normalized.
guilty of
Yeah, it's very
behavior.
normalized.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think he noticed because it is just, like, kind of how men and women interact a lot of the time. But it's just crazy, like, how that happens. You know what I mean? And it's, like, my dad's friend was fully flirting with me in front of my dad. Needless to say, he did not flirt with me for the rest of the conversation, thank God. But it was really, really funny.
Did he tone it down when you saw him, like, after that? Like, without your dad? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
I mean, more so now it's, like, the way that all my dad's friends flirt with me. Like, and that's a crazy thing that I just said, but it's more so like, oh yeah, like, I just talked to your dad, like, oh, I know things about you. Oh, okay, awesome, and thank you as well.
Not.
Yeah, but it's crazy because, like, we all have these stories of, like, being young little girls and having old men be, like, addicted to us and obsessed with us. Even now, you're, like, a young little girl compared to the 80-year-olds. But even, like, one of your favorite stories to call back to is, like, youth group.
I have a great story with my youth pastor. And so I was in high school, right? And me and my girlfriends, it was the day after homecoming. So we all decided that we were going to wear our homecoming dresses to, like, Sunday morning youth group.
How
right?
cute is that? They were like, girls, let's get more use out of our dresses. This is going to be so fun. Yeah, we can go show our friends our dresses.
Yeah, it was an excuse to wear the dress again, right? And mine was like off, like scalloped off the shoulder.
So boat neck. Like, you couldn't even say it was off the shoulder. So it's not like her skank shoulders were showing.
Super slinky, and then it was like like just above my knee. It was form fitting, but definitely on the conservative side, right?
It was also black, which I feel like inherently makes it more conservative.
But, you know, I was tall and thin, had long blonde hair. And
she looks like Kate Moss.
Youth pastor pulled me aside and was like, Amy, you're making the boys lust.
Excuse me, sir. I'm so sorry. No 18-year-old little boy was coming up to you and saying, Amy's making me lust. That's a you problem.
Yeah, and all my girlfriends had similar dresses, if not like less conservative, right?
But you were just this
But I stood
fuck
out.
ass 40-year-old man's type.
There you go.
Like,
Yeah.
Come on,
And
sir.
his wife was there too.
So what? He had to go over to his wife and be like, "I just sent lusty Amy home. Didn't she look like a skank?"
Yeah. So he like kicked me out of youth group because I was making everybody lust. Needless to say, that was the last time I ever went to youth group.
Can I also just say, like, how did a 40-year-old become a youth pastor?
Oh, that's
a
funny.
Youth pastor should be youth.
Like, yeah, this is like a 20-year-old like married couple. That's the people that should
like
be
a
the
20
youth pastors.
like the 25-year-old couple that got married right out of high school and probably already hates each other should be like collabing on the youth group as like a fun activity to like maybe like each other again. Like that's the demographic I see as a youth pastor, not so
Right.
much a 40-year-old man
Yeah.
with young girls. Like it's almost as if he signed up to be in a position of power with
So that
young
he could
girls
lust.
being vulnerable. And then he has the audacity to be like, "Oh my God, I cannot believe she's making me horny right now. I have to send her home."
Gross.
Are you so for real? Pervert.
Yeah, I couldn't believe
Pervert.
it. Yeah. So this story is a little bit different, but definitely on the same like.
Well, all of these stories have a similar through line. Old pervert men trying
what's
to
up
get
with this
up our
generation, that
assholes.
generation
Like,
of men,
what?
right? Yeah, so Lucia is baristaing again, and she leans down or like squats down to
I
get
squatted
some milk.
down to get milk.
Yeah.
Like,
and she had baggy jeans, like oversized baggy jeans. So
Low
there was
rise,
just like a little
obviously.
tiny bit of butt crack. He obviously was sitting at the bar, took notice of Lucia's little butt crack, right?
none of my business.
Right. So
None of
this
my
one
business.
day, which actually happened to be Christmas Eve, I was sitting at the bar because it was kind of slow, but I wanted to make sure that everything was okay. And he like sat down next to me and he was like, "Just so you know, your daughter has a Lolita complex."
Come the fuck on. A Lolita complex? Be so
Meaning pretty
for
much
real.
that she was making old men lust.
And the through line to all of this.
So,
And I'm
like,
so
whose
sorry.
fault
I
is
actually
that?
think he has a Lolita complex. Like, when you Google it, the first thing that comes up isn't a young girl making old men feel pervy. It's an old man being pervy towards a young woman.
I know,
So it
yeah.
sounds like it's a him problem,
Yeah.
not a me problem.
Totally a him
Mind
problem.
you, my butt crack is none of my business. Thank you. I wear baggy jeans. That is not my problem. Okay, not my problem.
Yeah, and that he like decided to like bring this up to me,
That's
her mother.
insane.
I was so pissed. Like, are
And
you
he
serious?
thinks he's gonna like bond
Also-
with you over this.
No, yeah.
Be like, "Oh, your daughter's a slut." You were gonna be like, "Oh, I know."
No, I instantly was
What?
like, why are you looking at my daughter's butt crack in the first place?
right?
Right? Like, come on, man.
Like, hate to bring it to you, you are 85. Maybe put your eyes anywhere else.
Anywhere else.
Anywhere
Yeah,
else.
just avert your eyes and don't talk to me about it.
Avert your eyes and don't
Bye.
talk to me at all. Also, it's not like I have plumber ass. Like, it's literally like a centimeter of crack. Get out of my
Yeah.
face.
Yeah. Like, what does
Get
your butt
off
look like
my
when
back.
you bend over, my man?
What a great point.
No, yeah.
With those skinny low-rise jeans, get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yes.
And his ass is wrinkly too, so it's
Ew.
like at
We
least
are not
mine
thinking
is
about
pretty.
that right now. Okay, that's not acceptable. Equally inappropriate is these old guys, same age demographic, asking me out on a regular basis, like multiple men in the same age demographic, One of my favorites is this guy that
One of your favorites, as in one of your favorite stories, not so much
not
men.
one of my favorites. So he too is like a character of a man with this like long, straggly gray ponytail, and he like walks up to the counter. No less, I am like checking people out. There's a line of people behind him. You know, the fact that he was like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna ask her out right now because this is a great time for her to
At
say
work.
yes.
Women working here, we need vests.
Yes, we need a vest. And so he was like, yes, are you seeing anyone right now? And I was like, at this point in my journey with this age demographic, I was like, yes, I am. And he's like, oh, well, if that ever changes, let me know.
In what world do you think you have a chance? In what world?
Yeah, it actually started to like affect my confidence.
Right, because as we've mentioned, like, she is kind of oblivious. Kind of doesn't know when people are obsessed with her. So it's like the guys that are her age that are obviously too scared to even speak, quivering their lip, obviously obsessed, but like not asking her out. She doesn't notice that they're obviously obsessed. And so the only things she noticed are obviously these old men asking her out. So she's like, is this my age demographic now?
I know, I'm like, oh. So when I was 20, it was 40, and now when I'm 40, it's 85.
No, like, don't worry at all. It's just, unfortunately, they have all the audacity in the world.
Yeah, and it was crazy because, like, you know, the kitchen guys kind of get like a little like snippet of what's happening up front, and so obviously I was like, oh my god, you guys,
You will not believe what just happened.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, that the long-haired guy just asked me out, and one of the kitchen guys was like, oh, Amy, you should feel so flattered. That was so brave of him.
You can take your brave
Shove
and
it
shove
right up your
it right up your ass. Brave? No, that was offensive. That was insane. That was grounds for institutionalizing you. Like, I think that's maybe why we put you in a home. What?
This is why we put you in a home.
Like, in what world? Brave?
Brave. And actually multiple men since then that I've told this story. They're like, oh,
That was so brave. No.
Yeah.
No. I'm so over us being proud of men who ask out women who are way above them. Know your place.
How did they get that confidence, right? And what can women do to get the same sort of nurturing to be that confident?
I think that guys are just used to being able to get much hotter women because women are trained to be like very flattered when men ask them out. Like, you should be flattered when an 85-year-old asks them out. What? No, I'm not flattered.
Not flattering.
I am the opposite of flattered. Know your place. Know your place. I can't say it enough.
Yeah, there's this other guy that like got all dressed up in the same age demographic.
That's the funny thing that guys will do for my mom. They're like, okay, maybe if I'm stylish, which like honestly, that's smart.
Yeah,
you know, like they're like, okay, she has great outfits. Maybe if I dress really cool, she'll be like, oh, the outfit,
right?
The outfit asked me out.
I think he like found his one banty and wore his like vintage Levi, maybe collar popped. He like brushed his hair in a different way.
A great outfit, and dude, like. That is a good strategy. Just maybe find someone your own age.
Yeah, and
I dare you.
I mean, yeah, it didn't like bump up his attractiveness.
Ew.
It was just like he was trying, right? So he was like,
trying is attractive.
Yeah,
and like it probably did make him more attractive than if he was wearing khakis and a polo.
And that is what he usually wore,
right?
Yeah. So I mean, it was obvious that he was like trying, right? So I guess good on him.
He's one of the betters.
Yeah. But he was like, hey, Amy, like, since we have such good conversation in the coffee line, let's go get coffee. Again, there was a line of people waiting to get their coffee.
Right.
Right? And that is a funny thing. I saw this on, like, TikTok or something, that this woman said, why a man gets the wrong idea if you're like really nice to them, and we're really good at our job, meaning
We're
that
very
like,
customer
we're
service
really,
attuned.
really good to people. They get the wrong idea because they would never be that nice without.
They would never put in the effort to be nice to someone unless they had alternative motives or like we're gonna get something out of it. You know what I mean? And that is like
Exactly.
men versus women. And that's why literally everyone who comes through our lines at work is in love with us. Like, and believes wholeheartedly that we're in love with them. There's some guys my age that are just like, and they're like the cocky douchebag guys, but they'll come through my line and I'll treat them the same way I do everyone else, you know, with my dazzling personality.
Dazzling. We have
Dazzling
dazzling
personality.
personalities, yes.
And they'll be like, because you know they're so cocky, they'll be like, oh my God, she's
in
so
love
in
with
love with
me.
me. And then they'll be like, hey, Lucia. Every time they see me. And I'm like, you sit at the bar. You watch me talk to everyone else. Like, don't, hey, Lucia, me. Like, no. And the thing is like, when a woman comes up to the bar and then is like, oh, we should be friends. Like, yes, I do want to be friends with you. Like, my being nice to you was actually me, like, being like, oh my God, it's a girl. Hi, let's talk about our nails. Let's talk about our outfits. I love you.
Right.
And I will actually be friends with all. But if I'm, like, being nice to a man in the cafe line, it's not because I want to be around them ever again. It's a means to an end. And I want a tip, and I want to get you out of my line.
Well, there
You know
are
what I
some
mean?
great men out there too that like it is fun. That they just want to be friends. Like there's an obvious shift, right, in some men that like Lucia's not buying it. Like
I don't buy it at all. There are no men that just want to be friends, especially with you.
I think it's also funny that like regardless of age demographic, just like you said, that like they learn these ways that like work for them. Like there was like this very like pretty attractive man in my age demographic that like we were all sitting around. It was like me and my friends sitting around.
I'm cracking up preemptively because I know what story she's about to tell.
Yeah, and like obviously he pretty much can do anything and get the women, right?
He's kind of a hottie.
He is kind of a hottie, yeah.
Like-
so it's like me and a group of friends sitting around, and he has my number, right? So
No, didn't he ask
I
for
think-
your
yeah.
number in that same
Yeah,
conversation?
yeah. He asked
No, they're
for my
all
phone
sat
number.
around. He waits till like the other women in the conversation are laughing, and he like whispers over at you, "What's your number?" and hands you his phone already like locked and loaded to put in
That
a phone
is
number,
true.
right?
Yes. Yeah. So then what was I supposed to do?
Okay, also I was working while they were all sitting and talking, so I'm like viewership of all of this. You know what I mean? Like they're my entertainment. I was like, "Where's my popcorn? Where is it?"
Yeah, so he gets my number. He proceeds to text, "Your body is fire emoji."
Oh my God.
This is like an upper 40-year-old man.
Your body's fire
Your
emoji, just in
body
case you're
is
wondering.
Fire emoji. And then he proceeds to be like, "We should have sex. It would be fun." Like, really? Is that how much
Didn't
it
he
takes
say
usually?
we should have sex? Sex is fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Needless to say, there were some beers involved.
Yeah, definitely. Lots of drinks. And honestly, this is another podcast, but because I'm sober, I found that these dudes, the things that would work with a woman that's slightly tipsy is definitely not going to work on somebody that's...
They're always startled. They're like, wait.
I know, like that usually
Wait.
works.
Wait, what?
It's fire emoji.
I really thought your body was fire emoji was going to be like a groundbreaking work.
Groundbreaking.
Groundbreaking work. Oh, just so you know, your body's fire emoji. Don't you want to suck my dick?
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
So it's like goes from like this guy texting, and then there's like letter writing too. Like that's another form of hilarious.
The forms of communication are so funny.
Like the bold, just like in the checkout line, the texting, and then letter writing.
Let me just slip a letter across the bar.
Yeah,
Why
so
not?
like there's this guy that was in the same age demographic, right?
Not the 50. This is another.
No, this is like an
85-year-old.
80-year-old. Yeah,
This is
yeah.
another
who would come
decrepit
up and
old-
ask for a piece of paper and a writing utensil.
You think that he could come prepared?
I mean,
you know he has a tote bag.
so then he would sit across the bar trying to like catch my eye, you know, some
Right, but
eye
not gonna
contact.
speak.
No,
Couldn't be
yeah,
bothered.
because he's writing a letter for like 3 hours, right?
These are not long letters either. I don't know why it's taking him 3 hours. Like, this is not even a full printer page. This is like half a printer page folded up.
And then he folds it up and puts like $1.72 inside the letter.
Like, can you please tip me without leaving a note? Please?
And these notes are like talking about his elderly mother's like health and like the weather.
Just giving you life updates. Like, he could have just said words
yeah,
to
like
you.
we were pen pals, right? From like when 1950 or something.
I mean, I'm sure people still pen pal now.
You're right. You're so right. And then it got creepy. He was like, this time you're wearing blue jeans. Last time you were wearing red corduroy pants. And the time before, you wore a skirt. I'm like, what? Why are you telling me?
Why are you
and
recounting my
recounting
outfits to
my
me?
outfits?
Like, I'm pretty sure I can remember what I wore. I don't need you to let me know things.
Then there was always like this
what?
flyer for his friend's band, so that's how
Oh
like
my
what
God,
he
I
wanted
forgot.
me. Yeah,
Yes, he wanted you to come to
the band,
come to
and
the
it was
band.
like an '80s hair band like reunion tour, but like a Lawrence 80s hair band reunion tour.
Not famous at all.
Yeah, the only good thing about those letters that then I could like pass them around the cafe outdoor shop and
Oh my
everybody.
God, yeah. Well, they were like
really
entertainment for everyone. Like, it gave us something
and every
to
time
do.
he would come in, like people would start coming over and being like, "We want to see the letter."
Yeah, they'd be like, wait, has he dropped the letter yet? Wait, can I read the letter yet? Oh, wait, he's still at the bar. I'll come back.
yeah.
I'll come back, don't worry. I'll be back.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess the only good thing about, like, men's audacity is it's entertaining.
I mean, there is some entertainment factor. for
Definitely
sure.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Like, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But please don't, going forward.
But
I'd love to
please
not have to
don't.
quit my job because you asked if you could buy me lingerie. Thanks.
Yeah. The other letter writer in my life was
Oh my God.
during COVID, and he like slides into my DM. So that was the first letter in the Instagram DM, right?
Well, that's not really a letter. That's
kind
just
of because it was like novel.
modern
like every time I got a
communication.
communication from this guy, it
That's
was like
true. He wanted
longer
to
than
fill the
necessary.
whole screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason that I like
Played into it at
played
all.
it, yeah, is that first of all the DM was kind of funny, and we had met in
We
real
love
life.
a man with any sorts of sense of humor at all.
Yeah, and when I met him in real life, he was like sort of charismatic and sparkly, and so like my kids' track meet or something, right? So that's kind of cute, right?
Yeah, you're like, oh, I remember
It was
not being
COVID,
bored
too.
by you.
So
We had to have some plot
Right,
going
yeah,
on
it was
because
for
it's
the
like,
plot.
what else do we do? Like, all we were
Exactly.
doing at that time was like watching the news,
And that
being
was
depressed.
depressing.
You're like, okay, this could be fun,
Then,
entertaining.
like once he got my number, he didn't just want to like text. He wanted to have like full blown text conversation. Like everybody writes a novel and then responds to the novel. I have 3 kids to deal with, and you okay over there?
Just like dying a little bit, but thanks.
Yeah.
Back.
So yeah, he was like texting me all the time and wanting me to be like fully engaged when I have like all this other stuff. I think my parents even had COVID at the time. Like there was
Right.
some stuff that I
Your life was not simple.
No, yeah, exactly. So then one night I got some like drunken like novel text,
Which
being
I don't even think like saying drunken, like I don't want to make excuses. Like that is how he felt.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
drunk words, sober thoughts.
You're not giving me enough time. We had never met. Like we had never had like a date in person.
Exactly. Like you met like
this isn't
5 years ago
texting,
during
yeah.
a track meet when I was in middle school.
Yeah, when you were in middle school. Yeah.
That's like so many years ago.
So this is not deep. This is
Right.
not deep.
And again, they'd only been talking for like 2 weeks. Like, in what world did he have the audacity to be like, I should obviously have all your time. I should be the most important thing in your life.
But what was great
What?
about that is that I was like, yes, I think you're totally right. I just don't think this is working
she came
right
back
now.
she literally read the text, went, and then came over to me and was like, I'm just going to tell him he's so totally right because I was getting bored anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this was so
like,
convenient.
I was feeling like he was asking too much of me.
Yeah.
And he was like, you're not giving me enough. Right?
So she was like, okay, awesome. Hashtag fire emoji.
Perfect. Yeah, then, like, yes. So then the next interaction, he had, like, posted a song about a skater girl because I was really into roller skating with my kids at that point on YouTube. Like, he had written
a song about a skater girl.
me and posted it on YouTube.
The link to her. Texted the link.
Modern technology. And dating is really
the
fun.
link
Yeah.
to a YouTube video song about her.
Yeah, and then after that, he was sending me like
You went full ghost, right? You were like, I'm not
Oh,
responding to
full ghost.
song,
I
comma,
was
skater
like,
girl.
this is kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Like, this is kind of stalkery. And then
2 weeks?
then letters started arriving at my place of business
Oh my goodness.
with like drawings of flowers.
They were like, and I can't stress this enough, the drawings of a 2-year-old. Like, imagine a flower in the style of a stick person drawing.
Yeah.
That's what we were
Yeah.
receiving. It would have been one thing if they were like really beautiful drawings, like artwork.
or if like
you know what I mean?
a bouquet of flowers were
Right.
arriving. Actually, at this point, I'm glad that that wasn't the case either, because I think I would have been like full blown stalker. And I got several letters.
Weird drawings are worse.
Yeah, it wasn't.
At least
It wasn't
you
great.
would be receiving a bouquet.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know, and that's like showing effort. He took like 5 seconds, I'm hoping,
Yeah.
to draw these. Like, if it took more than 5 seconds to draw that, I'm concerned.
Yeah, social media dating. I don't advise that.
No,
but
not at all.
what about like dating apps?
Well, don't do that. Let's just start there. Let's not. Let's not. I've downloaded Tinder twice in my life. Maybe actually 3 times, because I downloaded it in Europe because I was like, I need to see what's going on. Needless
Right,
to say-
European Tinder.
Needless to say, someone in my dorm showed up, immediately deleted the app. I said, and that's enough for me.
Yeah.
Not gonna need anyone in my direct. It was someone who lived right across from me.
Yeah.
I opened my door to their door, so I was like, delete.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that same experience with Match, but it was like, I saw like one of the like guys that like was in the drop-off line at
Yeah,
Lucia
like
and
kid
Lola's.
pickup line.
Kid pickup line.
To our elementary school.
Yeah, and so then I had to deal with him being like, you know what
I
I
saw
mean?
you on Mesh.com.
Yeah. I'm like,
no,
no. Yeah,
no.
delete for
Yeah,
Match.com.
quick delete.
Yeah, which definitely
is that
ages
even a
me.
delete? Because it wasn't an app. It's more like a disactivate my
You
account
deactivate-
or something.
There was no app.
There is no app. And then the first time I downloaded it, it was the start of freshman year of college. I was like, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna be a girl who dates. That lasted all of maybe a month.
Right, yeah.
Because the thing is like when you're swiping, right? There's a thing that happens where like comparatively people will look attractive to you because everyone else is so like trash
That's
in the
problematic.
dumpster.
Yes.
So then you're like, oh, he looks kind of normal.
Yeah, you lower your standards because...
And then you see that you match with that person later and they text you and you're like, how in the world did I match with that?
You're like, wait, did I say that was okay?
Like, you're like, did the phone do this? Because, like, I know that's not something I would have done. Yeah. But you did. And so, like, that was happening to me a lot. And I was like, this is really scary and startling. And, like, I was accidentally matching with people from high school because I was like, okay, we did have class together. That's horrible. And then he would text horrible. I do not recommend if you're ever in a small town. What about the one
attractive guy?
Well, that's what I was about to say. Then I find one that it's like, oh, that was not a comparative. You could have put him next to many attractive people and I still would have swiped right. I was like, he is hot. He was like tall, beautiful, kind of like had good style in his pictures. It didn't seem like
he didn't live in Lawrence, so that
was ideal. I was like, okay, it's gonna be hard for me to see you.
Away from me.
It's gonna be hard for me to see you, and you don't know people I know. And that is two things I look for.
Yes.
Don't know anyone I know, and don't be near me at all. Thank you.
That would be good for me,
that
too.
That would be ideal. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, perfect. We start texting, whatever. And he lives far away. I right away, I'm like, well, there's no way in hell I'm coming to you.
Right.
Like, right off the bat.
Yeah.
That's hilarious if you think I'm taking time out of my precious day to come see you. It's going to have to be the other way around.
Yes.
And he was like,
I love that.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, perfect. Hot man wants to see me, and I don't have to do a thing. This is looking beautiful, right? Perfect. So, also, I want to go ahead and say, it's like we were still on Tinder, right? Texting, like we maybe did 4 messages back and forth on Tinder. I immediately am like, give me your number. If I'm seeing you, I need your number. Like, I'm not ever going to be on this app. Send me your number. So now we're texting. We have maybe 5 texts. And I'm like, okay, either we're nailing down plans or this is not happening. Because, again, I will not be giving you time on my phone. So he's like, perfect. He immediately is like on my tip trying to get a time arranged that he can drive down and see me. And I'm like, at most, sort of okay with it. Like, I am so reserved. I'm like, I mean, I guess I could find some time here. I don't really know, though. You should come, but, like, I can't guarantee I will be available. You know? Like, very standoffish at the most. Then, 4 hours after kind of we've made this agreement, I receive a text. Oh my God. His mom had taken his phone and went forward with texting me.
And here's the thing. This is a grown-ass man. This is like a 22-year-old man,
no,
right?
He was 24.
Okay, 24.
I'm 18.
And right? But 24-year-old man, mom gets his phone. What?
Mom gets his phone. And so this text message was basically like, you're a bad influence. My son was trying to sneak out of the house to come see you.
So that he wouldn't be at family dinner or something crazy?
Yes, she literally said, like, he has commitments to his family. His family's the most important thing. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I had no idea that it was family dinner. Also, I had no idea that a 24-year-old had to sneak out of his place of living to come see.
And she was pretty much like, you're a bad influence on him.
You're a bad influence. Oh, your 24-year-old son's a bad has 18-year-old bad influence. What?
No.
What? I was like, thank God. Well, thank you so much for letting me know. I will be blocking his number.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. My other experience with Match.com.
Horrible. And that still baffles me to this day. Like, a mother of a 24-year-old
It's so
man.
embarrassing for him. Wouldn't you just die? Dead. Like, you would crawl under the blankets and never come out.
And then she had taken his phone.
Oh my God.
Needless to say, I deleted the app and blocked his number. Like, I was like, that's enough for me.
Yeah.
That's going to be enough for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
my second deletion of Match.
We've both been on dating apps twice. No, I guess I was 3. You were 2.
Almost the same.
Yeah, your second deletion.
Yeah. Before I got on Match the second time, my friend was telling me about this man. She was like, yeah, he's got a great body. He was like doing some work on my parents' house and he's like jacked, right? So
you're like, yum, I want a jacked man. Okay, thank you. Yeah. That's
and
always
she was
been
like,
her type.
Oh, he's super attractive. So then I happened to get on Match and he popped up. And so I was
and you
like,
were like, oh my God, T, my friend was just telling me he was hot.
Dippy bitch. I was like, oh, this is so serendipitous.
You're like, the universe literally handed me my man.
We set up this date. He shows up.
Oh my God.
In like skinny jeans and cowboy boots. The skinny jeans aren't tucked into the cowboy boots. They're like pulled over the cowboy boots. So they're like, it's like bunched in there. And then a silk shirt with like a belt buckle. And this was like before the resurgence of cowboy.
I don't think I've ever heard that the skinny jeans were pulled over the cowboy boot, and that just blows the scene wide open.
And they might not have been totally skinny. They might have been like sort of round and then peg-legged and then pulled over. Regardless, it was terrible. And I came in this like cute little like lace cream dress. My hair was like perfectly done. And actually he made fun of me. He was like, were you wearing that same dress in your profile picture? Which I think maybe I had, but like that was the first thing.
You're like, this is my favorite dress, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, so the date was not great at all. And as we were leaving, he was like, I want to take you to Funky Town. I was like, what the fuck?
Which, like, needless to say, like, Funky Town is a bar right on the outside of town.
But that's not what you think immediately in your head. You're not like...
is crazy. While wearing a silk shirt, being like, I'm going to take you to Funky Town.
Your jeans tucked over your cowboy boots, right?
So, yeah, obviously you had to delete. Like,
and let's just talk about Funky Town. This was like some creepy little bar in some small town
actually
in Kansas City.
Heard that it's like very, very fun and awesome, and you can like get up in cages and dance. And I kind of do want to take myself to Funky Town.
So there we go.
So,
but
like,
I sort of thought like, okay, first of all, like, yeah, if somebody says, I'm going to take you to Funky Town, you don't immediately think like a dance club. But then second of all, I like looked it up and I was like, oh, hell no. Yeah.
This looks jank.
So deletion of Match.
Yeah.
Number 2.
And the most recent time I tried to online date, which I don't even know why. Okay, actually I do know why. Lola, my little sister, is on Tinder, and she was like, Lucia, look at all my hot and sexy hoes. That's what she calls them.
Hot and sexy hoes, yes.
My hot and sexy hoes. And we were going through it, and it's like man after man that is completely her type. Now, here's where I did a misstep. Her type, my type, very different. Her type, kind of high volume, high demand.
Yes.
In our town. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, her type is accessible.
Yeah.
My type...
mustache and mullet. Fraternity boy.
It's not even like her type's not even mustache and mullet. It's like cute, like curly haired frat boy with like big shoulders.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like muscular.
So obviously
curly
there's
hair.
an abundance.
Like there's an abundance of that. We live in a college town. Like that's like basically the entire business school.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Whereas my type.
Yes.
It's a little harder to find Mick Jagger out in the wild. You know what I mean? Like it's a little bit rougher out here. So that was my personal fault that I like didn't quite realize the disconnect between her Tinder and my Tinder was going to be wide, to say the very least.
So I have a question.
Okay.
So is Tinder like TikTok, whereas like the app then like gives you your demographic?
I don't think there's an algorithm.
I was trying to come up with that word.
I don't think there's an algorithm because like I will get all Lola's guys and be like, Lola, I wish I could send you the link.
Right, yeah.
I wish I could share this baddie with you because you'd absolutely love him.
Why aren't they doing that? Wouldn't that help their app?
I honestly think they have started doing that. Like you
algorithm, Tinder.
No. They haven't started the algorithm thing.
But you can send the
like,
links.
I think you can send the link. So like
That's so weird.
Well, because then it's like setting up your friend.
Right.
I think is like
But isn't that weird?
capability.
It's like you're shopping for men.
We are. Actually, before I get into this most recent time of being on Tinder, I was talking to a male. That's my first mistake. Don't talk to a male ever. I was basically saying like, oh yeah, I'm only on Tinder because it's like such an entertaining game to like swipe on people, you know? It's like playing a dress-up game when you're little. Like, you're like, oh, cute. Oh, no. You know? But then he was like, oh, so you like playing with people's emotions? Bro.
No.
Bro.
Yeah, and not that like any man has ever played with a woman's emotions.
Right. God forbid a woman has a hobby. Yeah. Like, God forbid a woman has a hobby.
And a hobby in which she can like
make decisions.
Yeah.
Anyway, and like he was trying to be funny, but it was just like, oh, yeah, actually I do like playing with people's emotions. Thank you.
It's not that deep either.
Exactly.
Right? Like
And
everybody's doing it.
Exactly. It's Tinder. It's not like I'm
Tinder.
on marriage.com.
Marriage.com.
So,
thank God there's not that.
Thank-
Oh, I think there is.
no, that's called Christian Mingle.
Oh, okay. That's hilarious. Anywho, obviously we really don't want to date.
Right, but my most recent time on
yeah,
Tinder. Sorry, I was trying to tell a story.
And I just went straight
I
to
was
the point.
trying to tell a story.
Yes.
So the most recent time I was on, I was swiping, and I came across a guy who I've probably had a crush on for like give or take 3 years. And first of all, upon seeing him, I was like, oh no. Ew. Absolutely not. No, thank you. And also like disgusting. Realizing again, people I know are on here. Horrible. I made the terrible mistake of swiping right. So obviously I immediately had to delete the app, delete my account, throw my phone across the room. Like, I don't want to know if we matched. I don't want him to know I even am on Tinder. Like, I don't know.
Okay, so here's a question.
Just
Here's
no.
a question. So if this person, really cute little man, child, would like ask you out in the wild, would you say yes?
The way I like fully could have a panic attack right now. I clearly have some problems I need to work through, but like, no. Like,
No.
Get away from me.
But you like him.
I don't know. I think I would say yes, and then I'd probably back out of the date.
Right.
I think I'd say yes, and then I'd be like, oh, I think we're better off being
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's cute.
He's so cute. He's not the smartest of humans.
She loves to get on my back about this. I didn't ask for him to be Albert Einstein.
No, he's real cute, but not the brightest bulb in GE's lineup. But anyways, it's true, and that's funny.
Not the brightest bulb in G's lineup.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Yeah. What about real life dating?
No.
Yeah.
Again, like, I don't.
You did say yes to that one boy. He was cute and nice.
Well, okay, yeah, he was cute, and he did
But
actually
totally
ask me out
non-threatening.
at work,
He
and
did.
like, we usually would be like, don't do that.
Yeah.
But like, he went about it in a cute way. We had a joke going. It was really cute. We kind of like had a bit. Here's the thing. Here's one thing about me. If you play into my bit,
Oh yeah.
I probably like you.
Yeah.
Like, if you're funny,
Yeah.
if you get the bit in
For
the
me,
first place,
right, yeah.
and then you like play into it and you add on to it and you expand upon it, oh man, like there's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
nothing more attractive. And he was on the bit, like
Yeah.
And the other thing is he navigated from the bit to a point to ask me out. Like,
That's different.
that's skill.
That's different.
That was like, wow.
Yeah.
But anyway, I went on the date at my place of work, of course, because I was like, I need all my friends to be able to stalk. My friends and my mom, who's also my friend. I will absolutely have
And
this
we
date in
were.
front of
Like,
everyone you know.
I definitely had a lot of things to deliver. I cleaned upstairs more than maybe I ever have.
Well, yeah, like you had to come
like,
by
I had
and
to
check
check
it
in.
out, obviously. Anyway, I had this date, and this is the one, like, actual real date I've been on, right?
I think so.
Yeah, this is the only date I've been on. And the thing about it is, like, I had a good time on this date. It was a good date. But I realized, like, basically the second he left is the only reason I had fun is because I was there. Like, I'm very entertaining. I'm very funny.
Yeah,
And
being
so I
a
made it
bystander
fun.
a stander of this date, I definitely like she was pulling all the weight, and she was like locked in. She was lovely, and that's the funny thing too is that we were all like walking by her, making faces. She was totally locked in and like really
I'm charming and compassionate.
Yes.
Like, I am considerate. I was like, I'm not going to be like making faces at my friends while I'm doing this. Like, if I'm going on a date, one thing about me is I commit to the bit. And if I'm going on a date, like, I'm locked in, I'm going to commit.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to figure this out.
Yeah. You're gonna be really good at the date.
I'm good at everything I do, and that's on purpose. So yeah, I'm great at dating, but because I'm charming. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm great at dating because I'm great to be around.
Yeah.
And I love being around myself for an hour.
Yeah.
Whoever else is there, I mean, they're there.
But needless to say, that didn't go any further.
Yeah. I did ghost him, which might not have been the nicest way to go about it.
Yeah.
But you know what I really respect about this individual? He never came back into my place of work. He knew. He said, you know what? That's totally fine. I'm going to give you your space. Oh.
And let me tell you, all of these crazy
Beautiful.
older men that we've been talking about, that is not the case.
No, they will stay up your ass.
They come in all the time.
Yeah.
They do come in the next time, like, sort of with their tails between their legs. Like,
Right.
oh, she totally just rejected me. Right?
Yeah.
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 The last guy actually asked Lucia if I was seeing anyone.
Right, of
Right.
course.
So he knew that Lucia was my daughter. And then proceeded to like come through the line while people were waiting. Got like really in my space and was like, "Oh, we should get to know each other better." And I actually said, I was like, "I'm not interested in dating anyone right now. You should have seen him swallow his tongue." Like, ugh.
That's the thing about men is like, and I guess that's the point of this whole episode also. But the thing about men is they don't understand that like we don't want them.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like, that's what we're getting at. Like, we don't want you. We're, like, dating, no thanks.
Right.
Dating, no
Yeah.
thanks. It's been 13 years for you.
Yeah, 13 years.
And my whole life for me. Have never had a boyfriend. Great. Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
Right.
And, like, that's the thing about growing up with you as my mom. I have, like, the most powerful, amazing, strong, single mom who's completely content by herself, loves herself, and that's my example. And so, like, why in the world would I invite a man into my life unless he's going to add a lot to it? You know, I've been taught that I don't need a man, and that's something I feel so privileged about because, like, most women are taught that they do need a man.
Yeah.
And at some
It's
point in
highly
history that was
too.
true. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And so because I grew up with you, I was taught to love myself fully, to think of myself as a whole person, and that I don't need a man. So like for me to date, oh my God, it would take so much. It would take someone being like in front of my face 24/7, being like so funny and also hot for me to be like, okay, like maybe.
Yeah, I feel like actually for both of us, there would have to be a friendship first.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Because,
And,
like, that's the only way they would get around me enough for me to be like, oh, maybe I do like them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe.
Compatibility.
Yeah.
Right? Not needy. No drama.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But yeah, I love my life just the way it is. And I don't need to add anybody to my life, honestly.
No.
To be like a
Why
whole
would you add
person.
drama?
Like I have done the work.
Exactly.
I am happy with myself, with
Right.
my life, with,
Your whole vibe.
my whole vibe.
And actually, I saw a TikTok that we were both like cracking up about. It was this like
This is so
fabulous French man who
cute.
was like Guys, like dating a woman who loves herself is like what did he say? It's a sport for your confidence or something. He was like, it's a sport for your confidence. It's like coming into a kingdom that doesn't want you, to a queen that will just give you like a restricted visitors pass.
Restricted visitors pass.
And I was like, yes, it is a restricted visitors pass. Like, she's actually so good. She's been sleeping diagonal in her bed for 3 years. Yeah. Like, and yes, I have. And I don't want you to be in my bed. My space, my bed. Yeah. Like, that is so true. So, the point of this whole episode is take a page out of my mommy's book, like I have, and love yourself before you try to have anyone else love you. Because why would they love you if you can't love yourself? And also realize that we don't need men, and not in a I don't need a man type of way. In a no, genuinely, I like my life. I don't need anyone else to be happy. That is powerful. And
it's
if you
so
can
powerful.
Have that power, you're unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
And normalize women being unstoppable as well.
Yeah, we are strong on our own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. Be strong. Be beautiful, strong baddies.
Follow us on all of our social media platforms. Cloud your mind. We're going to have a great episode. I can't wait.
My little sister is going to come on the pod, guys.
You're going to love it.
She's fabulous.
Yeah.
Anyway, see you next week.
Have a good day.
Mwah.